You know, the issue of the races in America has not improved under Obama's regime. If anything, it's really gotten worse. Joining us right now is Reverend C.L. Bryant, who has a new documentary out entitled Runaway Slave, which specifically investigates the issue of race. Reverend Bryant, welcome back to the Savage Nation.
Hi, Michael. Glad to be on with you. Doc, it's always good to be with you.
Well, what is the documentary about?
Runaway Slave, Doc, has been a vehicle that has changed and is changing the conversation on race in this country. And as you know, it is so badly needed because you still have the race hustlers and pimps out there. You know who they are. Your Al Sharptons and your Jesse Jackson of the world, who in fact continue to use the color line to distort the advantages of being an American.
So give my audience a reminder about your background with the NAACP.
Yes, 23 years ago, Dr. Savage, I was the president of the NAACP in Garland, Texas. That gives me a very unique perspective. I've seen both sides of the street, and I also understand intimately the design and of progressive liberalism on the black community, which is now permeated throughout the rest of the American culture. And if we're not careful, it will enslave us all. Thus, the runaway slave movement.
All we hear from the left and the media is that the Democrats are the only party for civil rights. So you must be getting attacked since you have conservative views.
There is a lot of pushback from the progressive liberals and black liberals in particular. But my question to them is still this. What have we gained for our 60 years of loyalty to one party? You still have black people angry about their condition in this country. You still have a very high unemployment rate among black, in general, 15% among black youths. You have nearly 50% unemployment. You still have incarceration rates. You still have abortion that is rampant, more so now than ever was before. You have almost a negative birth rate among black people. In the year 2008, there were more black babies aborted in the state of New York City, than were born. And so the question has to be, what have we truly gained in the 60 years of loyalty to this party?
What do you hope to achieve with this movie?
I trust that anyone who goes in to see Runaway Slave will come away with the idea that our foreparents did not go through all that they went through so that we could be black. They went through all that they went through so that we could be free. Free to go where we want to go. Associate with who we want to associate. And of course, say what we want to say. But unfortunately, in America still, a black man who has a different opinion than those who are still in the system is vilified by those who could be free.
Are you surprised to hear all these criticisms about Obama coming from the church groups?
I am not surprised because we should hear blowback, especially from the black pulpit. I am surprised in the sense that it's taken so long for this to sink in, that his core values are not the same as traditional black values. In fact, Doc, if you take away the color of this president's skin, there's really no reason for any black person to vote for him again.
What kind of feedback has your movie received?
The feedback has been very positive. We've received standing ovations from both coasts, and even, of course, in the middle of America, where our strength really lies. Of course, I have always been a grassroots American since the movement began on 9/12 in 2009. I'm an original Tea Partier. There's no question about my loyalty to that. But what we truly want is to have an honest discussion and an honest evaluation from black people about this film. And the only way that can occur is if they will go out and see it. So far, the film has played to very receptive crowds, but most of them have been the choir.
Reverend Bryant, thanks again for being on the Savage Nation.
Thanks so much for having me on, Doc. This film has to be driven by conservatives. It is a film that the Hollywood elite and progressive liberals would not want you to see. So conservatives in your area, you need to demand it of your theaters.